Good morning, Misfits. It is Primer Week for Phase 1 at misfitathletics.com. What is Primer Week? Why do we do it? We don't love the term deload. We don't love the idea of really ramping things down from both a weight and a rep and an intensity and a volume standpoint all at once. We like to do those things at different times. What we're doing with Primer Week is we're saying, okay, we're getting ready in week 7, which is the week after this one, to go into test week. And we're trying to get you to really get back to focusing on a specific test. So when you go into Primer Week, we have the normal volume, but there's no pick extra. So you're in Primer Week, you're saying to yourself, okay, I have maybe a lift, a Metcon, and a skill piece to do. And we want you to do the proper warm up and cool down, strategizing, getting everything really dialed in so that you're ready for retest week. So what we have today to show you what that looks like is Brady doing another nasty Metcon. So what we have, hatchet version, 4-time, run 400, 12/9 muscle ups, 18 double dumbbell snatch, 20 dumbbell thrusters with the 40s and 30s. MFT folks, saddle up, 16, 18, 20 with the 60s/40s. And the way that this sort of chipper comes together is we say to ourselves, okay, if this was at the CrossFit Games and the cream of the crop was going to do something like this unbroken, best of the best, what would it look like? What does that mean for you? We don't know, right? You're gonna go in and really try to strategize and make sure that because we're not back in test week yet, that you're really prioritizing the things that you should work on specifically. So we have a nice, short, entertaining Metcon for you to watch here and get after Primer Week.
So Brady has an engine that'll put 99% of the population to shame, but we're still working on refining some of the skills, still getting the lifting numbers up. So this is the kind of piece where, because we're after more of the stimulus, which is that gas feel, the dumbbell weight isn't quite as important in the sense that, oh, I want him to use heavier dumbbells, because if he uses heavier dumbbells, he's probably gonna slow down. I want him to get the stimulus more than I care about the weight of the dumbbells. And I think that's important for anybody, someone who can, yes, he probably could use 60s. He'd probably be breaking up the dumbbell, yeah, maybe not. He might be breaking up the double dumbbell snatches a lot, might be doing a lot of sets on the thrusters. The 40s though, the strategy is gonna be, hey, big set of snatches, then on your second set of snatches, maybe you go right into the thrusters and see if you can saddle up for all 20. Because again, we're after that feel. This is a short workout. It's not meant to be over-paced and over-strategized. So if you see it and you're thinking like, wow, 16 muscle ups, got it, I'm gonna do 5 sets to get it done, like you might be missing the mark. So you definitely can do a higher rep scheme and maybe a little bit more weight, but I'm after the feel of the workout, not the weights and the movements specifically.
Well, I'm scared because I don't like any of the movements except the run. So I'd want to break up the dumbbells and the muscle ups a lot, but I'm going to try not to.
I'm going to guess like 110. He's gonna come in here at like
hands on rings at like 120?
112, hands on the rings around 120. He's been instructed to run as fast as he can such that he can attempt to do the 12 muscle ups unbroken, which is a big set for him. Like I said, he's got a stupid engine, but he needs to push in other places. So he's gonna come in at what'll make everybody roll their eyes at how fast he ran that 400, but it'll be casual.
So quite literally recently learned how to do muscle ups.
Recently learned how to do good muscle ups. So we had a piece on the blog a week ago where he was like, I don't know if I could do 8. I've never done 8 unbroken muscle ups before. It was like run 8, run 6, and down, and he did them all unbroken. So the next step is see if he can do 12. Slow, fucking slow as shit. Only a 118 400 to start him that time. Boy, take a deep breath. Hips. that weird kick. Aggressive. Good. Keep using those hips. Decide on 2 sets of thrusters or 1 big set and then separate thrusters. But go now. Overhead, not out in front of you. There you go.
One, 20. Okay.
There's 3 minutes. Do it again. Nice job.
Was it as scary as you thought it would be?
Yeah. The muscle ups were hard for me. I'm still trying to really learn how to use my hips and actually turn over without like wasting all my arm energy.
So to give him a little credit, he did do a good dose of intensity with rope climbs earlier, but
Wait a week and you'll see it.
Yeah, next week.
But yeah, we're working. I would say, I can say this because he has good days too, that was a bad muscle up day. It was a little
Better than,
it was
it's my second best muscle up day technically because
yeah,
this
set of
last
8.
week
You got
was
you got your set of 8.
my first ever
But I
set
think
of
if you
8.
had if last week started with 12,
Yeah, I
like
think
the
I
way that your
could've
set of
got-
8 looked last week, you could have done 12 last week. This week you had a little bit of that
didn't
weird
feel my-
like kick straight forward. You were a
was
little out of
moving.
sorts. 2 sets is still solid. And then that forced him to hold on for big sets with the dumbbells and then rip through the thrusters in 1 set, which is great. What we wanted to see. Got the stimulus while still getting good muscle up dose, and 401 for you hatchet folks out there to try and chase down. So if you think the 40-pound dumbbells or 30-pound dumbbells is an insult to your fitness, then chase the score down and let us know.
Something like that is fairly straightforward. It's programmed to be, again, like it would be a reach to go unbroken on all of those things without having, really long, gross transitions. So you saw that within him. He had to break twice there, but he was able to push through to the end. And he knows now moving forward that for him to get better, he can actually push those double dumbbell snatch, even if he knows that means that something might happen to his thrusters. He's got the thrusters down. He can use those in competition. Now he moves on to something else to go there. And again, primer week, we're taking each individual piece and we're teaching ourselves to say when that's the thing that I've written on the whiteboard is the only thing that exists. There's no workout after, there's no nothing. How exactly should I warm up to get the most out of that piece? How can I cool down to make sure that I recover well, or maybe I do have another piece, that sort of thing. So really try to get into the nitty gritty and the details during primer week, and your retest week will go great.